Did you know there is an ocean that most airlines avoid and rarely fly over? That ocean is the world's largest and deepest, the Pacific Ocean. Can you guess why most airlines steer clear of this vast expanse? The immediate thought might be safety issues. However, there is another reason that might surprise you. If you look at a map, you'll notice that the route from Tokyo to Los Angeles appears shorter across the Pacific Ocean, yet airlines often take a detour over Alaska instead. We're going to explain everything to you. So why wait? Tighten your seatbelts and join us on this journey. With curious minds, you may wonder about the mystery behind airlines avoiding the Pacific Ocean. We've identified a few reasons. Some of them you might guess, but the last two will surely surprise you. Let's start with the most common one. You know that airlines and pilots take all the safety measures they can, but sometimes they face unexpected incidents. So if a pilot needs to make an emergency landing, where can they land? The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean in the world, essentially an endless and bottomless pond of water. Emergency landings in such vast waters are extremely difficult. Therefore, airlines prefer to fly over Alaska instead. While Alaska doesn't have many international airports, experts believe it is safer to fly over land, even sparsely populated areas, than over the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. So why don't we create a tagline for Alaska? It's better than sinking. Hey Alaska, don't take it personally. Another reason airlines avoid certain routes is prohibited airspace. Prohibited airspace refers to areas where aircraft are not allowed to fly, typically due to security concerns. If there are restrictions, airlines must avoid these areas and adjust their routes accordingly. So, as I said before, these are the most common reasons we can imagine with common sense. But let me explain the most interesting fact about why planes avoid the Pacific Ocean. Do you have a world map? Think about traveling from Tokyo to New York. If you draw a straight line through the Pacific Ocean, it seems like the best route. However, if you go through Alaska, it appears as a huge roundabout way. With our bare eyes, the straight line seems like the most efficient path, but sometimes what we see can be deceiving. The thing is, we are looking at a 2D map. As we learned in middle school, the world is not flat. When trying to figure out the best route on a world map, we usually think the curved path is just a waste of time. However, because the world is spherical, the straight line we draw in 2 dimensions makes a huge difference in 3-dimensional space. You can do this little experiment on your own if you have a globe. Take a
I'll show you on
place
mine.
one end at New York
I
and
put
the other
one end
at
of a
Tokyo.
string on Los Angeles
When you
and the
do
other
this,
end on
you'll notice
Tokyo.
the string doesn't
When
go
I pull it
completely
tight,
straight parallel
you'll
to
notice
the
that the
lines of
string
latitude
isn't
on the
running
globe.
exactly parallel to.
Instead, it curves slightly upwards, following the curvature of the globe. Our Earth is not perfectly spherical. It is slightly bigger around the middle. So, the straight line we think is the shortest may not be valid anymore. To summarize, curved routes are often shorter than straight routes. Flat maps can be confusing because the Earth itself isn't flat. It's spherical. As a result, straight routes don't offer the shortest distance between 2 locations. Whether a commercial airline is flying from the United States to Asia or elsewhere, the fastest and most fuel-efficient flight path is often a curved route. Commercial airlines typically fly a northern curved route that goes over Canada and Alaska. This means they spend less time over the Pacific Ocean, allowing for emergency landings if needed. So if that fact is clear for you, then let's move on to the next interesting fact: jet streams. Jet streams are a primary consideration for determining flight paths due to their impact on air currents. Jet streams are fast-flowing, narrow, meandering air currents found in the atmosphere of the Earth, specifically in the lowest layer known as the troposphere, where most weather occurs. The border between the troposphere and the next layer up, the stratosphere, is known as the tropopause. The main jet streams are located near the altitude of the tropopause and are westerly winds flowing from west to east. Now let's discuss the wind tunnel effect. The tropopause, which separates the troposphere from the stratosphere, varies in height from 4 to 12 miles above the Earth's surface. This variation causes significant changes in air pressure and temperature, creating a wind tunnel that can travel at speeds exceeding 200 km/h. These extreme speeds are more common in the winter when the temperature difference is largest. Airlines try to avoid jet streams as much as possible because flying into a jet stream can slow down the airplane. The main risk associated with jet streams is clear air turbulence, which is difficult to predict and more intense than usual turbulence. Although such accidents are rare, they are possible. For instance, in 1977, a plane flying from Tokyo to Honolulu suddenly dropped after hitting a patch of clear air turbulence. Fortunately, the pilot managed the situation. To avoid such risks, airlines prefer to avoid the Pacific Ocean. So besides these major reasons, there are some minor ones as well. We need to remember that airlines are businesses too, and they need to consider profitability. By avoiding flying across the Pacific Ocean, airlines can boost their profits, which benefits customers as they pay less for tickets and spend less time in the air. Additionally, aside from jet streams, airlines consistently consider weather changes. Most flights are designed to spend as little time as possible over water, since storms are more common over the ocean than on land. Flying over the Pacific Ocean can be unsafe due to stormy weather and frequent lightning strikes. Most planes from the Americas bound for East Asia use the overland route through Canada and Alaska due to more favorable weather conditions. This makes air travel across the Pacific Ocean particularly challenging. So do you think any of airplane did not fly over Pacific Ocean? That is not completely correct. Flights to and from Australia often cross the Pacific Ocean, especially when traveling to destinations in the Americas. For example, routes between Australia and the west coast of the United States, such as Sydney to Los Angeles, frequently traverse the Pacific Ocean. These long-haul flights are planned to be as direct as possible to minimize travel time and fuel consumption. The next reason is the vastness and remoteness of the Pacific Ocean make planning flight routes more complex. If an aircraft goes down, finding it can be very difficult due to the large distances and lack of nearby land. In emergencies, search and rescue operations are challenging because of the ocean's size and isolation. You may have heard the saying, "Planes do not fly over the Pacific Ocean." But now you know the whole story behind this statement. Yes, planes often avoid flying over the Pacific Ocean due to several reasons. The lack of suitable landing options, challenging weather conditions, disruptive jet streams, and the high costs and distances involved. However, there's no strict rule against flying over the Pacific Ocean. Airplanes do fly over it. Airlines simply prefer to avoid these routes due to the reasons we've discussed. So we've covered everything you need to know about the mystery behind why airplanes avoid flying over the Pacific. We've reached the end of the video. What are your thoughts? Was this information useful for your understanding? Please share your comments, and if you'd like to continue learning with us, consider subscribing. Until next time, stay safe and have a wonderful day.